This is Shades of Content, a podcast created for and featuring women of color who create and distribute content as a means to tell stories to the masses. I'm your host, Patrice Camo, owner of Camp Space, and I'm passionate about giving diverse women creators a space to be awesome. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Happy to have you all here for another Shades of Content episode. I'm your host, Patrice. One thing I realized as I listen to podcasts more and more, I've been telling y'all how I just love all these new shows that I'm discovering. One thing, I think it's like podcast etiquette to kind of reintroduce the show or like let new listeners know who it is that you are, who might just be tapping in for the first time. And I know this is going to be the case for this episode because our guest, who I'll mention in a few, is someone that I know a lot of people want to hear from. So this is Shades of Content. I'm Patrice. I am the host. I own a content studio. I have 3 kids. I'm married. And I really just love Black women content creators, period. I mean, I love Black women all day, but there's just something special that there's just something about content creators that I love. So this podcast is all about that. And today's going to be a very special episode because today's guest is Kacey. Hey, girl.
Hello.
And I'm just like, honestly, I'm really excited to have her on the show.
I'm excited to be here, Patrice.
How did we first
meet?
I don't even know. I know that I followed you.
Yeah.
Right?
And you reached
out.
Our first formal meeting was here at Camp Space for Friendsgiving. We had never met before that.
We had never met in
person.
Right. And so that, let me tell you, so we did, this was in November 2019, and I hosted a sponsored Friends Campsgiving dinner. And I realized Kacey and I had like Instagram combo, nothing, we had never met.
Nope.
We have a lot of things in common. We have 3 kids. Yeah. One of our children, she has 1 son. I have a daughter who are both on the autism spectrum, which I've never shared on this podcast.
Whoa.
So
I was like, are you doing this? Yeah. All right, we're there.
How about that? So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, would you be interested in partnering for this event? And she was like, yes, like with
Easy. What's up?
I mean, it brought extreme value, and not just from bringing the sponsor, right? Like, of course, that was the biggest thing. But Kacey, you have it light. Like, you have this energy about you.
Are you getting emotional?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, don't do it because I'm emo, and don't do that to me because I'll meet you where you are. Okay.
If you want to go there, we can go there. Okay.
Listen, let's go. Let's vibe.
But when she walked into a room, the big bright smile and her attitude is that. And so she just was just a really nice, fun person in real life, right? Because sometimes these people aren't the same, and that's okay. But I appreciate when they are, and so she came here for that. She supported my business many times, but I remember when I was dealing with understanding my daughter having the autism diagnosis, or I don't even know if diagnosis is the one at this, but anyway, I reached out to Kacey because she is a speech pathologist, and she was able to point me in the right direction. And now my daughter is in the school that Kacey recommended. Yeah. And, she's just been solid.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
So, aside from all that content stuff, aside from all that stuff, like, I just appreciate you.
Yeah. I appreciate you as well. And to be honest, I was honored when you reached out and thought of me as being, someone who you wanted to host in your space and to open up, this new space and introduce it as a content creating space, more so than the workspace. Because I think that's where you were.
You're absolutely right.
Right. And so I was like, oh, girl, I'm game. Like, let's do it. So to partner with you and to be just thrown into this new space and even meeting the other ladies that were there, like, it was just a magical night. Like, it just, right? Like, I didn't even have to do much. Like, the atmosphere was set. Yeah. Okay, the vibes were there, and it was so easy. But from there, for sure. I mean, it's nothing. When those connections just kind of naturally happen and it's there, like, what I'm available. Like, and you know that, I'm sure. Yep. I'll be like, girl, oops, sorry. Ooh, I couldn't get your text. Okay, what's up, girl? Yes. I try to be there for people, and it means nothing. It's nothing.
You're the best. So, we had a whole mushy moment. We're not
I was
even
like, what's going on here?
4 minutes into the episode. And okay, so this is Kacey Dangerfield.
Yes.
And she is a mom, blogger, speech pathologist, obviously a content creator, an influencer, a daughter, a sister, a friend, former podcaster, but maybe going back into it at some point, a podcaster.
Okay.
And she's just amazing. And so
thank you.
I'm happy that you're here.
Happy to be here.
And let's just get into it. Like, how did you become a content creator and why?
Man.
Why do you do it?
Oh, man. So I've been on the Instagram since almost conception. Like, I remember, not knowing why I'm here, what's going on here, but finding that there is a space, because this was post Facebook after graduation and all the things, but finding a space where there were other creatives on there. And I'm like, wow, this is inspirational. This is also where I can share, what I have to offer with the world. And so I thought about this the other day, and I mean, we haven't shared this, but my mom passed away 10 years ago. And I was like, where do I get my creativity from? My mom was a cosmetologist, so that was her art form, if you will. But I'm totally not. I can't even do my own hair. Like, it's a mess. I can maintain, but I can't do my hair. I can't do my kids' hair. Listen, we go every 2 weeks, okay?
Same.
But okay. But I remember my mom always spray painting like any and everything. Or when I would come home from like my college breaks, or when I would just walk into my house, she was always switching stuff up, just home decor wise, or creating things. And so I think subconsciously I kind of picked up on that and grew a love for home decor or DIYing things. So like with my doll houses, I remember when I'm younger, I would like rearrange the rooms and make outfits and all the things. And so I think that was a space in which I found myself to be a creative in my younger years. And so, when I did have my child, Zoe, my first child at 23, I found myself like jumping into that whole Pinterest mom type thing, which I love to this day. It's therapeutic for me. It's not like I feel like I have to do it. It's literally a space that I enjoy. And my kids, honestly, they just kind of benefit from it. Exactly. It's like, I'm not forcing them to do it. They just kind of benefit from it. So, but that was that. And then just sharing it with my audience. My audience would just grow on Instagram. That's my main platform. People, I was like a unicorn. I was like, a Black Martha Stewart, if you will. I mean, now granted, not in all aspects, not literal, but you don't find that too many Black women, are creative DIYer type crafting people. I remember someone commenting it, and it almost made me feel away, because it was a guy, and again, I was 23 or whatever, and he was like, you should be out smoking hookah somewhere. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, and it made me kind of feel, and I was like, nigga, can I curse on here?
Girl, yes.
Nigga, I am a mom. I'm out here just trying to do, why is this negative? He was like, what are you doing? Friday night, you over here. And just really went in on me in my comments. And I was like, you want me out in these streets. Yeah, stop. But, that wasn't a desire. And I'm down for a good time. But so, I think I've just been propelled in many aspects in content creation and being a creative, and that's something that is therapeutic for me. So I found like in a dark space or season that I was in, I wasn't creating, I wasn't DIYing, I wasn't doing. And when I finally had that moment to create, it was just like a weight just lifted off my shoulders. So I was like, Kacey, this is something that you need to be doing, you know? So that's kind of where I am in many aspects, like I said, whether it's podcasting, whether it's content creation on social media, and then event curating and hosting. Yeah, it's something that's natural to me. It's something I thoroughly enjoy and doesn't come hard for me. So it's like, this is natural. Why not? Right.
So, but you're also a speech pathologist, which is an entirely, like, that's some whole corporate medical.
For sure.
So how did that path come to be? And are you merging the two? Like, what does that look like?
So I didn't even know I was going to college, to be honest. So remember, like, to be honest, that wasn't pushed on us like it was, right? College and career ready in high school. 10, 12, 15, 20 years ago. Just graduate. Just get out here. But my parents, well, my mom specifically, she really desired that for me.
Okay.
She wasn't a college grad. Neither was my dad. And so whatever my mom said back then, like it was Bible. Like, oh, my mom said I'm going to college. I got to go to college. I don't know. I'm just out here. I'm just going to go. And so my first year, I was undecided. And she was like, well, look into speech pathology. I have a client who's a speech pathologist, makes good money, flexible schedule, all the things. Just go check that out. You speak well, you like to help people, go check it out. Right. So went to the career fair or department fair and spoke to the department chair. She's a Delta. She's amazing. She is amazing. She's almost like a second mom to me. Yeah. And she grilled me. First of all, she grilled me. She was like, well, what you think you know about speech? And I was like, oh my God. But she's like, it's deeper than just talking. It's deeper than just, it's neurology. It's all the things. And so anyway, I fell in love with the field. I became like the president of the student organization and did research under my professor and all of that. So I went on to graduate school, and while I love the field, it's rewarding. I love kids. I love helping. It's good money, flexibility. Like I said, I don't feel like that's all that God has for me, and not even all. Let me not say that. I don't want to minimize that, because I can easily say, Kacey, open up a private practice. Yeah. I have people flooding my DMs for consults, and I know what I can charge for a consult. But I'm like, Kacey, you could easily open up a practice and make $250,000 easy. But that is not what God wants for you. That's just not where he wants to put you. And so what I have found in content creation and as well as my career is sharing my son's journey, of course, with autism, and then some like developmental milestones and strategies with my following. Gotcha. So that's the aspect. Sometimes I do feel like, well, Kacey, girl, you can bottle this up and charge it for, in an ebook and I may still toy with that. Yeah. But even still, I'm like, because again, then I'd be attaching myself as Kacey Dangerfield, the speech pathologist. And I don't want that to mix up with my true self.
Okay. So this is interesting, right? So this idea, not this idea, but this knowing and feeling of what God wants for you. I want to talk about that. Like how do you know? Is it that you're praying for something? Is it that it just feels different? Is it that the reaction and the pathway to serving is different? Like, because I feel like creators probably deal with this a lot, right? Like you have a full-time job and then you have this entirely different community and platform that allows you to do something totally different.
For sure. And what makes you unique? So my mom would always say, like, when you work outside of your purpose, you work outside of God. And it's like, girl, is speech pathology your purpose? You can go around the corner and find 2 speech pathologists that probably have amazing practices. What is unique about you? Yeah. And so again, when I think of myself and what sets me apart from other people, I'm like, that's your purpose. That's it. And I can't say that that's always been, and I'm still coming into that. So I can almost confidently say that now, but I can't say that I always thought that, but I had to think about that. I'm like, that's your purpose. Yeah. And God will make a way to monetize off of that.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Right? Okay. That's the... Ty gonna have to add a ding to that
Ty,
one.
You got
that? I agree with you 100%. Right? I'm definitely one of those people who go get this job. You could be a director here. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to. And maybe it's lazy. Call it stupid. I don't know. But I just feel like God has told me what I'm supposed to do. And there's a way to make money from it. I might have to work a little harder. I might have to think a little more.
A little bit more.
But
you love what you do.
It's possible. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, motherhood.
Yeah.
We both have 3 kids. And we both had our kids at 23. I was 23 when I had RJ.
23? Oh, so I'm going to be like a cute, cool young mom like you? Yay!
It only gets better, baby.
And he is so sweet, y'all.
Thank you.
I think, is it just the first ones?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because Zoe is definitely like...
Like, who are you?
Who are you people? Who
and your middle
you?
child is
like
how old?
Us.
How old is the middle?
So she'll be 6.
She's
in June.
okay.
We have 6, and then Xander's 3. He'll
3.
be 4 in
Got
June
it.
as well.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's a lot. And
we're doing good.
We are.
We
are, and we have beautiful kids
Thank
who
you.
respect adults
Sure.
and like
I can tell
are like know how to talk to people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't act crazy, no shade, but they're just like well-adjusted kids.
Yeah.
Through everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, what does motherhood look like for you? And let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
A lot of my peers, our peers, had babies in their 30s.
For sure. Yeah.
We ain't new to this.
Nah.
Okay. So,
yeah.
At 23, I'm dropping this baby off on the weekend.
Okay.
For the whole weekend.
For the whole weekend.
So we can hit it.
Look, the momcations. Look, Patrice is just putting y'all on now the stuff that we've been doing.
We've been doing that.
Out here.
Out here. Okay? Thursday to Sunday. Okay. So and you've been Thursday.
I love it. Hold on.
If it's a weather like this, girl, it's Thursday to Sunday. You've decided to bring your children into the fold, which I think is dope. I think that you have been able to do it very, very tastefully. Like they're into it, right?
Into what?
Like your kids are just like your oldest daughter. Like she's just cute. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like she's a creator in her own right.
Yeah,
right? Okay?
For sure.
So like, was that something you set out to intentionally do, or?
And you mean on social?
On social, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Zoe expressed that she wanted, her own Instagram page. And like you said, I saw this light in her. I was like, wow, she's much more of a leader and confident in herself than I was ever at that age. I was super, super shy, almost introverted. Like my dad, the stories he'll say like I was weird. And I'm like, Dad, choice of words, damn it. Like, really? You just gonna say I was weird? He's like, I don't know where we got you from. I'm like, damn, Dad. But Zoe is so confident, so such a leader, and not afraid to throw herself out there, even more so than myself. I'm like, what? How do you? She said someone had like teased her about a cringy quote unquote TikTok that she had did, but then she has like 1,200 TikTok followers, and I'm just like. And she's like, oh, well, like, I don't care. Like, this is the content I make or whatever. And so I'm like, wow, Zoe, like, you're not afraid to post and go and do all your things. But I'm sitting here stumbling and scared and, to press send and post. But I saw that in her. I saw that light. And at first I was struggling, to like manage, because it's like you're managing your child. It's a whole thing. It's not them being these entrepreneurs. It's the parents really pushing behind it. Let's be honest. Right. And so now that she is 12 and she can maneuver the social and herself, she posts on her own and things like that. But I did tell myself, I said, you know what, I need to start respecting my kids in their space, even Xander. So while I do share his story, I said I need to respect, like, what if he does look back and be like, Mom, I didn't necessarily want this out there. Like, maybe this was a low point for me. Maybe my tantrums or stimming or whatever was a lot for me. So that hits me. That kind of hit me. And that probably came to me months ago. And I was like, Kacey, hold on. I kind of respect that, so... But and even Zuri, because she's not as social.
They're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute.
She'll hop in the camera. So if she does hop in the camera, I take that as all right, sis.
She cool with this one.
You're cool with this one. All right, whatever. So I don't think that I ever set out to again set my page to be a family type content creation, right? Because there are a lot of pages like that. It's for Kacey Dangerfield. It's Kacey. Yeah. And these are editions of me. And I think that's where we kind of get lost in motherhood again. I mean, we're seeing that with a lot of our friends who are new moms, especially in this age, and we throw ourselves into motherhood. And my girl, Patrice, she had mentioned this, Patrice Live, she had mentioned this last week at a conference, and she said, sometimes kids can even be a distraction on your purpose. And I was like, ooh. She was like, it's somewhere in the Bible. I can't find it right now. She's like, it's in the...
It's a word.
I was like, ooh. Why? And mom guilt, I don't necessarily have that. But I do see where it's like, we do sacrifice.
For sure.
You know, we're like, oh, I can't do this because I have to do this for the kids, or all, you know, and it's like, no, I'm gonna take my kids along with me. They're gonna know that, okay, Miss Kacey, mommy has a podcast tonight, you know, and you're gonna have to respect that I'm not available, you know, and you'll be fine, you know, or I'll take you along with me so you can witness this,
right?
You know, so looking at things like that, but I'm not. No, my page is not my kids and myself. It's more so me, and then you'll see a little splash of my journey in mothering as one aspect of Kacey Dangerfield.
So many aspects.
Yeah, right? But isn't that, you know,
that's what makes this amazing. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, right? Because yesterday I just was annoyed and I asked somebody to get something from the store and they got everything but that. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go get that. And then I'm going to go to the restaurant next door and have a vodka martini and just have a drink. And when I come home, the kids better be in the bed. And, you know, because I think when I had a baby at 23, I didn't know what the hell was going on. Right. And so now our peers who are having kids at 33, 35, 38, 40,
45.
They're smart. They know. Like,
For
you know,
sure.
like you're an adult. You got money. You have education. At 23, I didn't have any of that.
None of that.
Right? And so, you know, as I progress and grow and I had these other 2 new babies, I still kind of adopt some of that.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of people who say to me, wait, so you just leave your kids at home? You know, you just leave them for the weekend and go away by yourself? Yeah. Why is that?
I know. I think because women take like the grunt of the work anyway, because you see how they'll be like, oh, he's such a great dad. I'm like, why? Because he's doing what the fuck he's supposed to do? What? I don't understand this. What? Like,
he's such
it's
a great
bare
dad.
minimum.
And no one says
Not
she's
really,
such a great mom.
No, yeah.
Right?
Like, no. You know, and so, but they'll find themselves at that point of burnout of, even some moms of regret almost. You know, like feeling away towards their kids because this is what happened. And I'm like, we can't find that. So my kids knew, like, you know, mommy has her one night a month, girls' night, where, I mean, it was this whole themed thing pre-COVID. Remember, like, and so mommy's gonna be out. Don't ask. Listen, don't call me. Don't call my phone. You're with your father. Like, you're fine. You're safe. If there's an emergency, then call my phone. But you're fine. And mommy might come in stumbling and whatever. Like, whatever. They need to witness that. But okay,
I mean, you know.
They know mommy enjoys a drink.
It's life.
Okay.
That's how they got here.
Ty, you're not judging me, are you? Ty, like, what the hell is going on? You know, so I think that's kind of where we both kind of, you know, and let's be honest. I feel like our parents, we was at aunties and grandma's house.
Girl.
Okay, we was with our cousins. Like, let's think about it.
It was nothing.
They would drop us off and keep it pushing. And it was okay. I don't think that I'm like traumatized by that. It's not a part of my childhood.
I had to remind my mom about that the other day. Like,
get these kids.
Sis, do you remember when I was down Southwest?
I told my daddy, I was like, hold on, I need you to step up and get these kids. You already know what it is.
You know what it is. So, you had that luxury.
No, I don't really have too much mom guilt. I do think about some of my decisions and how it may later impact my kids.
True.
We don't know. I mean, we can feel like, and let's be honest, we can feel like we're doing the best we can and all the things, and they still may feel away or have some kind of things that they may have to sort out in therapy. Okay, like, I mean, with our parents, you know. So I think, you know, I'm confident that I'm doing the best that I can right now. So whatever,
and that's all you can do. And back to this, like, the self-care thing. You know, if this is such a cliche thing, but you can't pour from an empty cup.
No.
So if I've literally given everything to you, like the food, I done made you a beautiful dinner. And I'm sitting here like, oh, I don't have nothing to eat. Or I'm taking you to every basketball, gymnastics. And I'm not working out my damn self.
We sitting outside the car.
We sitting in the car. Like, we got to rethink this. We have to rethink it. And, you know, that's one reason why I'm happy that I am deciding to really own this whole content creator thing. I
love it.
Because it's just like, you know what? If I can do it, y'all need to do it. Like, we need to do this because we're raising babies who will think that moms can't
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
And can't be in shape and can't try to be better. You know what I'm saying?
So
and can't get away.
Right. And can't get away. And my mom, so she would go out with her girlfriends. My mom didn't travel much. But she would get dressed up, and I loved it. I was like, "Oh, my mom!"
Sitting
mom
watching her
so
get
pretty.
ready.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I would throw on her. She would put a little lip on me,
Yes.
you know. And I knew mom will be back tonight. Like,
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Go out with your girlfriends, enjoy yourself. I don't think our kids are deprived of anything. Like you said, we give them the world. These kids,
they good.
Are so spoiled. They get Starbucks on the regular. Okay, like
they're getting
let's stop.
Starbucks.
Let's just these kids don't want for anything. Okay, they don't want for anything, and they're fine. So if you need that night off, you know, if you need your staycations, if you need a little, go fill your cup, whatever that looks like. It may look different. Like, we do cocktails and stuff and whatever.
And wine.
Some people may need, all the things. So I don't feel that.
Good. Let's talk about community, right? Because social media and you're creating content for a community. I've seen over the last month or so how your community has poured into you just phenomenally, which I think is also a testament to who you are. Yeah. I think people are great people, but I think people are great people to great people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I would like to talk about that. You know, how have you leaned on them, or how have people just supported you, and why does community matter?
I think through many of some of my life trials that I've been through, and so like I mentioned, my mom's passing, my brother passed a year ago spontaneously, my son's autism diagnosis, and now my separation from my college sweetheart. I found myself like playing this, you know, superwoman type of role. And to be honest, I was never like the strong Black woman, to be honest. As a child, like I said, timid, quiet, all the things, very sensitive. And I'm still very sensitive. My mom was superwoman. You know, that was somebody that I never saw cry ever. And I don't think that that's a good thing. But so, you know, I played that role. I didn't ask for help. I didn't lean in on people who said that they were there for me. And so when this came around, the separation, which was, you know, a few months ago, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna let people just say that they're going to show up for me, or ask, you know, or say, let me know if you need anything, because that's the staple. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know, girl. And it's like, girl, I'm not going to let you know. That's a text, you know, and it's just like, let me know. And I'm not going to let, the average person is not going to call on you. They're just not. You don't want to be bothersome. You know, oh, it was 4 months ago. You should be over it. You know, just all these kind of thoughts. Instead, I said, this time I'm going to let my needs be known. You know, and so I was scared. I was embarrassed. But I felt like someone needed this. I was like, someone needed this. I always felt like that. And anything that I go through, I'm like, this is bigger than you, Kacey. Like, you need to show people that can be done. You need to show people that they can pull through all the things. And so I shared it openly on my social media, and I did share that I had a house list on Amazon. And y'all, I mean, every day I had like 10, 12 packages coming. And I didn't even know the names of these people, because, you know, when you think of social media, it's just your ads. It's just the ads. I wish people would have put their ads. Like, I would have probably been able to identify them. But I just sat there, and my daughter was helping me to open them and, you know, recycle the boxes and all that and organize things. And she was like, well, who's so-and-so mom? Who's so-and-so mom, on all the different thank you notes? And I said, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I was brought to tears. And she was like, are you okay, mom? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I was like, Zoe. And she was like, why are these people sending you stuff? You know, like, I couldn't even wrap my head around it, but definitely not a 12-year-old. And I'm sure that will be a lasting moment for her. For sure. And I pray that she'll be able to look back on that and know what character it will get you. And so that meant, I got goosebumps. That meant so much to me. And like you said, it really showed me how people perceive me and how I show up. I mean, I'd like to think that I treat people how I want to be treated.
You do,
but I don't know. I mean,
right,
I'm sure some people may not attest to that. Okay, yeah. Depends on who you ask. But that was like, Kacey, wow. It's bigger than you. You are showing up as the woman that God has made you to be.
Wow.
Or wants you to be. I feel like I'm still coming into that. So, but community is everything. I mean, that was amazing. So not only with the house list, but I mean, $800 in PayPals. And I didn't even know how people were finding my PayPal, but someone told me, they can just search your name. I didn't know that. I thought you had to give email or whatever. People were just sending me that, Apple Pay. And I was just like, wow, so it really hit me that you need to lean in on your community. Like, don't take this all on your own. Like, if don't take this.
Shades of Content is brought to you by and recorded at Camp Space, a content creator studio for women of color. To learn more, visit www.campworkspace.com.